Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 underrated and overrated brawlers for this season in ranked. So of course, with balance changes, hypercharges, everything, the list is going to change up a lot. And the first brawler on the list is going to be Janet. So I think she's insanely underrated. So I think she's more than just good right now. She's a very, very strong brawler in the ranked meta. Like, there's so many good maps for Janet. I'm having such a good time with her. Like, it's just so free. Pretty much every matchup down the lane. I just think it's so easy to win right now. Her hype charge only takes 2 supers to get, and I think the hype charge is so good. It's so good. And again, I'm seeing people all over Reddit saying that she's not even good. The few people that try and say Janet is good, they're saying, oh no, she's still just mid. She's still just usable now. I think she's definitely way more than usable. Maybe I might come back to bite this one, but this is a personal opinion of mine. I think she's definitely underrated. So let's get his chested down. I mean, the good thing is with her super already, it's just good for escaping, good for just getting like 1 bit of chip damage off, but it's the hypercharge that has completely changed her. 2.5k per shot when you pop the hypercharge with her main attack, and then of course you can hit like 2-3 bombs easily with her hypercharge super. This just makes her easily one of the better brawlers in the game. I've got to say, I'm starting to think she might be like an A-tier brawler in this meta. I don't want to overreact too much because there's still like some clear counters, but as long as you've got 1 tank counter in your composition and it's a bushy map, you're going to have such a free matchup with Janet. So again, let's pop hyper charge here. Tara super is going to help here. I should be able to just stand still and get some of these shots off, and here we go. Kill the Chester, and as long as you know how to use the hyper charge properly, maybe I need to do a guide for that or something, you're going to have a really good success rate. Again, you saw on my second channel, I already said Janet is a really strong brawler. And I'm not kidding. She's definitely underrated by the majority. I think she's fully back in the meta. I don't actually think I've lost a single game with her in ranked right now. So surely she's under. Look at these stats again. Look at these stats. I just think with so many nerfs around her as well, it's just propelled her to the top of the meta. Is she underrated? I think she is. Let's jump into another. All right, guys, so jumping into the next underrated brawler on the list, I went with Berry. So again, I don't know whether I've done this in the past, but it doesn't matter because I think Berry's hyper charge is disgustingly underrated. It's a common theme with a lot of these new hyper charges, but I think Berry already was pretty good, as you saw in World Finals. Berry was used like 1 time, maybe a couple of times in Hot Zone. People just forget about him, but I think in combination with Draco is actually disgustingly underrated. Like, you'll see here, we'll get wrecked in the first engagement, but the second that Draco gets his super, we just wrecked him in that first set, and we should just be able to do it again. So let's just heal up the Draco here. I'm going to press Gadget as well to heal him up a bit more. That is unfortunate, but he's got his super here finally. Doesn't matter, here comes the loose super as well. Look how much healing I've just got from my hypercharge already. So once Draco pops his super, we'll be good to go. I don't know why he's popping it. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Here we go. Let's try and stay behind him. Beautiful, just so much healing. We're just going to keep spamming him with heals. And again, hypercharge. I did completely miss that, but it doesn't matter. We use Gadget just to heal him up even more. Here comes another hypercharge super. Can I stay alive? Yes, I can. Beautiful, beautiful. I've got another super here. Normally, you want to use your super close to a wall just so you just get that healing quicker. So I'm going to try and do that with Draco in a second, okay? Doesn't really matter now. Okay, I'm going to do it now. Here we go. Come on. Can we stay alive? This is so tough. Okay, another super onto Draco. Bro, he's just not dying. This is hilarious. A hypercharge super as well. No, this is such a broken strategy. All 3 brawlers on their team are just trying to kill me and Draco, and they just can't. They literally can't. How many times do I have to show this Berry strategy? Well, at least, like, talk about it. It honestly is so good. B should be able to deal with this. You can see early on they could deal with it, but as soon as I started ramping it up, look at their healing stats, 0 and 3. I just didn't even care. I just did my role perfectly. Yeah, Berry is definitely underrated. I think he's going to be good in Heist as well. He's going to be good in so many situations. People just need to try it more seriously. He's so good. Let's jump into the next one. Guys, jumping into the final underrated brawler on the list, I went with Poco. So underrated does not mean bad, but you know, Poco isn't completely the best, but I just think he's underrated, maybe underappreciated, because in Hot Zone I think he's back in the meta at least a little bit. So he's a great counter pick option in map, well, basically every Hot Zone map other than this one. He's pretty easy to run down in this one, but I've just got to show it for the video. So he's great at countering some of the meta brawlers right now. Lou has fully returned to the Hot Zone meta, so Poco, he's really good at countering Lou because he's got the protective tunes gadget, and he's really good at countering those low DPS brawlers. And you've seen a big return to some low DPS brawlers in the meta. better recently. You've got Janet, you've got Stu, you've just got some other brawlers like that where Poco's actually a great counter to them. So yes, just bear that in mind. Okay, I need to stay on this zone here because it definitely is going to be a buster here. Okay, nice. I got the heal off. Please, we can get this kill. Surge, do not let me... Okay, beautiful. Did our Cordelis get the kill on Nitra as well? Yes, he did. This is working out perfect here. Also, a really good thing about Poco, I know his hype charge sucks, but at least he gets it really fast. 2 supers, you can just cycle through to multiple a game. At least you can get some good pressure and some extra damage. Again, let's pop this gadget in here. And that didn't really do too much. Both my teammates died. Now, that is pretty disastrous. Can I snipe here? Yes, there we go. I'm actually going to pop my gadget here just to get even more pressure on my own. This is the world's most aggro Poco player right here. Look at this. I'm just... Oh, I'm streaking on him. I'm streaking. Not literally. Like, the clothes aren't off. But you know what I mean. I'm getting kill streaks. Not... Okay, anyways. Stop waffling. Okay, this hyper charge is going to be horrible for us to deal with. So let's start to try and get back on the zone. Nice. Okay, probably get this Nita. There we go. Just going to try and stay alive here. Okay, can we get this buster down? Nice. Bro, I'm the best Poco in the world. Don't even try and debate it. So yeah, I think he's back for the main reason of just a lot of his good matchups with the protective tunes gadget, because it removes a lot of the adverse effects, so it can be pretty good for that reason. So he's back in the hot zone meta at least a little bit for now. And, you know, he's a good counter pick elsewhere. So, yeah, that's going to be underrated. Let's hop into overrated now. Okay, so now jumping into the first overrated brawler on the list, I went with a Gale. So, I don't know whether I did this last time, but I just really think he's overrated. Again, I literally called this last update. I really thought that Gale was going to fall off. I saw people put him still in the 80 in their tier list, which was just absolutely clueless, because I think maximum he's like B tier. I would say he's easily a C tier brawler right now. He's very mid. There's just so many brawlers that have just taken his role as a tank counter, and if he can't even do that correctly, then what even is he in the meta? Like, Gale was always the go-to, like lane, thinking gem grab, Brawl, and again, there's just so many brawlers that have taken his place, even with the nerf to like Mo and a few other brawlers like Clancy. He just hasn't got any better. I think the main reason being is because his hype charge takes so long to get. The nerf to his supercharge from his basics has really hurt Gale in the meta, like a lot. Way more than people have realized, because it just takes forever to charge up his hypercharge. And talking of underrated brawlers, Janet is just absolutely destroying us. Did she just get a triple kill there? The slow and the super combination is just too good, but we can just run up the map here. Okay, the thing is that super, it's going to reveal all of our positions, but I think we might be able to get Janet here. She got another super from that. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Okay, we've got to be careful here. It's probably actually really close. So yeah, I just think that's pretty much killed him. You're just never going to get a hyper charge in a game. Even in a matchup like this, I think I got one hyper charge in both 2 games, even against a Rosa, you know, me sneaking up against everybody. Yeah, this just sucks. Gale just sucks right now. He really does. He used to be so good. Now he just completely sucks. So I'm just going to use super there to try and get some positioning. Janet's going to be a little bit annoying, but not the most annoying. Okay, my teammates are doing decently. Throws a hyper charge. We can slow her with our main attack. At least he's got that going from his main attack is still pretty good. We're just going to use super here just to get some more damage. Nice from the Gene, and we're winning. Okay, we're winning. I'm just going to use my hypercharge here to confirm the kill. I mean, the hypercharge is still really good, guys. It's still really good, and this is probably the one map where Gale is going to be good in. But trust me, Gale has fallen off. In the competitive meta anyways, he definitely has fallen off. Ranked isn't really that competitive, but he truly isn't as good as he used to be. I mean, I just had a really good matchup against the Rosa, and I was just playing it really well, but I just don't think he's the brawler that he used to be. So that's going to be the first overrated. Let's jump into another. It's jumping into the second overrated brawler on the list. I've gone with Sprout. So this is mainly for ranked. I feel like in trophies, people know that he's not actually the best brawler right now. But again, this was a kind of a common theme, that he was underrated for the longest time, because typically I've always put Sprout in like the B tier on my tier list, probably until like 4 months ago, and that was because he was always such a good asset in knockout and bounty. And people, you know, like the casuals, they'll probably think that Sprout is like a D tier brawler, because he actually is one of the hardest brawlers to push in ladder, because he just has so many counters. But yeah, he's always been good and competitive. But anyways, I think he's now in his overrated period. So the reason why is because I just, again, looking at Sprout, I don't really see much use case for him anymore, just because, like, again, there's just so many brawlers that replace him in the meta. You take a look at all the throwers, right? I've literally just looked before I've gone into this game. Every single thrower, other than Grom, and still sometimes Grom might have a better use case than Sprout. They're just all better than him right now. And they're just, the only reason why I think Sprout is relevant in the meta is because of, like, Bell's Rock and maybe as a last pick in Bounty and Knockout. Because still, I think he's just lost his power in terms of being a good last pick in, like, Gem Grab, for example. You know, sometimes I used to go, like, Sprout last pick in Hard Rock Mine. You just can't really do that. He doesn't have the damage to keep up with it. All of these throwers have better hyper charges now. I think he was, like, getting better in the meta, literally because he was one of the only throwers to get a hyper charge. He was one of the first, I believe, or the first. I can't actually remember. But, you know, ever since all of these other brawlers are getting hyper charges, all of these new throwers, etc., he's just fallen off completely. So I'm going to pop a hypercharge early here. I should be able to get my hypercharge super. And yeah, at least I gadgeted it in time. But I think Gus has got it. I don't know why Gene, just finish off the game, bro. But yeah, personally, I just think he's overrated because he actually isn't the greatest right now. And that will probably reflect in my tier list that I'm going to do later this week. And yeah, we're probably going to lose this round. I'm hoping we don't. Okay, yeah, we've lost this round. Angela has super. How is he going to win this? Okay, maybe a Gene Pool. Gene Pool will save this. Will definitely save this if you just wait for the super to expire. Come on. Nice. Yeah, Gene Pool wins this. Okay, beautiful. So, with Sprout, I think he's overrated, especially in ranked. But yeah, let's jump into the last one. Guys, jumping into the final overrated brawler on the list. I went with Shade. So, I know I overrated him a little bit myself, but I think it's more of a community thing personally. I know, again, I did throw around the term broken. It does happen a lot of the time. And normally, the new brawler is broken. But I feel like in ranked, at least, he definitely is very, very counterable. So, you can see here, like, the way they countered me was just by rushing me and not allowing me to get into position. Oh, I just managed to get that shot off. But yeah, basically, the first round, I destroyed him. But then, after that, they were just able to break open the map really easily. So now I've got to be really aggressive, not allowing them to break open my key wall, and then we might be good. Might is the question. Okay, gonna at least hit this Piper, and I've got super this time. So we need to really be careful and save this wall here, because the more walls that are down, the worse I'm going to be. So I might be able to just fly through here, take down a Piper, or maybe the B. Okay, let's go through here. See if I can get... okay, nice. I did get the shield. I kind of want to run in there and try and get my super back. So let's just go in. Why not? Please, teammates. Teammates, come on, you can clean up. Nice. We actually did something there. Okay. Beautiful. The last set was just traumatizing. They opened up the map and I couldn't do a single thing. But yeah, basically Shady's only good in competitive play from what I've seen from scrims and whatever else. He's only good in Pinball Dreams and maybe like one other situation. So there is that, but we can take down B easily there. Again, maybe this might be a point in time where people just don't know how to use him properly, and he's very easy to counter. So it might take a little while for people to get used to how he plays. But I think the main reason being is just because he has just no way to really close the gap onto enemies. So there is that. He's definitely going to use Hypercharge on this wall. Come on, I can smell it. I can smell it. Just use Hypercharge on me. Come on. I can smell it. So I may as well just run all the way back because there's nothing that they can do. I mean, even if they kill the Gus as well, which we're not going to do, they can't win. So, yeah, I am saying Shade is overrated because he's just very limited. So he's only good as like a late pick. And even on some situations where there's a lot of maps with a lot of walls like parallel plays, etc., good players can just pinch him out easily. So I think he is a big noob stomper. I think if you're just playing casually, most of the time Shade will probably work, but more often than not, pros will be able to counter him. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.